Okay, thank you guys. We are back. This is our second week with Think Future. We are here to discuss different business opportunities, challenges, and lessons that we have learned ourselves as co-founders, but also as leaders in our capacity, and try to help other entrepreneurs be able to pick one or two things. So today we are going to talk about digital space. We want to explore a few things from the digitalization of Africa. And the first one, I think, which I'm going to throw to you, James. Okay, my name is Aziz, and my co-founder.
James.
Yes. So, James, first question. Digitalization.
You always get straight to it, huh? You
Yes.
don't even allow me to warm up or anything.
There's no allowing you to warm up for anything. You warmed up enough.
Okay, yeah.
The first question is digitalization. We have about 600 million internet users in Africa.
Yeah.
My question is, what do they do with internet?
Well, that's a very good question. 600 million. I didn't know that number, actually. Thank you for enlightening me. 600 million is quite a big number. However, I think, in my own opinion, really, is the majority of this 600 million is consumers.
Yeah.
I think Africa has managed to create the biggest consumers for the digital space than any other other continent.
Yes.
When I look at China and Asia and India, they produce.
Yes.
They are big digital space producers. CEOs of the leading tech firms in America are mostly Indian now.
Yes,
even the Chinese conglomerates that are in the digital space that have gone there, they've created their own. Whether you go to Korea, whether you go to China, they've created their own Kakao Talk. They've created their own WeChat. They've created their own WhatsApp. They're not using WhatsApp like we are.
Yes.
In
and
Africa,
even shipping. You look at
in Africa, Alibaba, they've created their
own.
own brands.
Yes.
So they are producers in the digital space.
Yes.
What are we doing in Africa? We consume.
Yes.
We suck in every single thing that is thrown at us.
Yes.
And I think that is what the 600 million people are doing out there.
Daily.
Every single day, we're buying small pieces of data from our data or internet packages from our telcos, trying to talk and chat and look at photos of sometimes interesting girls and sometimes this and that, and that's it. That's all we've done, unfortunately, but that's the sad truth.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is really true about that. And you look at the internet now. For example, now you realize that telecom companies are selling data more than they're selling airtime.
Yes.
Because most people now, after WhatsApp and Facebook and all these other social media channels, they've given people, I think, they've kind of democratized, that level of information where people now can move information anywhere. But I think we have not taken that opportunity to go out, make something out of that. How can we learn, or what can we do to use internet for something bigger than just us, sharing photos or maybe just communicating with each other? So I think that is the next question I want you to go to, in terms of looking at internet not as an expense, but as an investment. So how can someone go into that direction?
I think our digital landscape of Africa is quite interesting. I think one of the key findings for me is, in many cases, we've digitized.
Yes.
we've not digitalized.
Okay.
So there's a very thin line.
What is the
between
difference
between digitizing and digitalizing?
Yes.
So with digitalizing, you're looking at certain key aspects. I think for you to understand a true digital transformation, you're looking at processes, you're looking at technology, you're looking at people.
Yes.
If you're rich in terms of digitalizing any of these, if you haven't completed the process, you're just digitizing. If we got in and you just have people just chatting and there's no process behind it, you're just digitizing. Yes, I will open my WhatsApp, I will just send a message. I have just digitized my life. I'm using digits instead of picking a phone and making a manual call, and now I can type and send a message. But I haven't digitized that process. I haven't digitalized it.
Yes.
And I think that is what we as Africans need now to move into.
Yes.
The processes, the people, and all the systems involved there.
Yes.
We need to start digitalizing. We need to start taking on this space. I find it interesting that when you have a website and the name up there is called domain.
Yes.
We don't create domains.
Yes.
We go to visit people's domains, but we've not taken on. When you have a domain, it means it's your space. You use it.
You've created a space
for you to.
Can you say it's more of a digital address? Is it your digital
address? Yes, it's your home. You know, it's
your virtual kind of identity online.
Yeah, it's an identity. It's your home. It's your space. You use it. You take it on and use it.
Yes.
To whatever extent you can.
Yes.
If it was like your house, you'd use it to sleep. You'd rent out some space as an Airbnb if you needed, a small meal for today. You that's what you do with your digital space.
Yes.
And that answers your question that you put up. As consumers of the digital space, that's what we need to change.
Yes.
We need to get producing. We need to start using our space and stop looking at it as an expense. The digital space that is there, if you have a Facebook page, how do you transform it to make something out of it? It doesn't necessarily have to be money. Can you give out information that improves someone's life?
Yes.
Can you inspire someone to learn something? Can you trigger someone's mental faculties to think out something, out of the box? I think that's what we need. That's what we need to do as Africans.
I get you. Yeah, I think also I was thinking about it here when you were talking. I think it also comes from a place where most of us, we have not seen successful digital businesses.
Yeah. Yes.
They're there in Africa. We have quite a number of them.
Yes.
When you look at Nigeria, when you look at South Africa, when you look at Egypt, we have a lot of guys who have raised more than $1 billion.
Yes.
Who have more than $1 billion valuation.
Yes.
For their startups and all these ones. So many from fintech, we have them in Africa.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest challenge is that there is no platform where people are able. We don't hear about them. So, for example, in Uganda, the only thing you will know is we look at business to be physical. So business
so you look
is
at your
physical.
Telco, for example,
Yes.
your telecom company as a very successful and big
that's the
enterprise.
only thing. So you always think in your head that to really to own a very serious digital kind of business, it has to be something very grand. You have to have done a lot of big things, but yet it's not that. There are so many. When you just look at simple things like simple influencers on TikTok or something, people have grown to millions of users, followers, to hundreds of millions, and they've been able to build monetize it and make very good revenue out of that. So, but the issue is that we are not having spaces where people can see this. And they can understand that, hey, look here, I can do it, because most of the businesses are physical. So you want to get a shop,
space and
go in the shop. For example, maybe go in a shop in Chikubo, and in Chikubo, you're how many people? So you have an inflow of about maybe a day, maybe about 20,000 people.
Yeah.
But 20,000 people, maybe 500 of them are interested in buying a specific kind of product.
Yeah.
So the market is very limited.
Yeah.
But then you have access. There is a very open space with access of more than 1 billion people, where you can be able to understand how do you build your business there and how do you sell there. So I wanted you to talk about the part of how do we help. What is the process there in terms of digitalization, moving from the informal sector kind of business and moving them to the formal kind of sector? So I think that is a challenge. So what are the key things that are in there that maybe we need to address in line with helping people to get digitalized?
Yeah, I think we have a very big, like I said, because we are consumers of the digital space. Most of the times, even the business that we've started online are mostly, we use the space to advertise than to sell.
Yeah.
So what I do, if I have a glass like this and I want to sell it to you, what I'll do is I'll click a picture, run it on my status on Snapchat, or run it on my WhatsApp status, or stories on Insta or Facebook.
Yes.
And then I expect you to look at the glass, admire it like I did when I went to buy it,
yes,
and send me a message.
Yes.
So what I did is I didn't facilitate a transaction.
Yes.
All I did was I just advertised.
Yes.
And that's what
so someone
the
can
majority
still buying it from someone else. Or?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
you either buy it from somewhere, you even could walk into the shop where I picked it from and just buy it.
Yes.
You know, I have left you so much room,
Yes,
for you not to take this glass.
yes,
So what we need to do now is to get people realizing that if you are putting out this glass,
yes,
this is what people in the more developed world have done.
yes,
And it's not for so much. People, if you watch your YouTube or any other streaming channel on the internet, you're always going to see ads. Make
Yes.
$1,000. Make
Yes.
this. Do this. Do that. Do that.
Yes.
People have found a way to make even a small sustainable income of this in the more developed world, which we haven't yet done. So I think what we need to move to
yes,
is to move out of this informal way of doing business.
Yes.
However, to move out of this informal way into a formal way requires a few steps.
Yes.
So you're going to need, for example, registration.
yes,
Many businesses in Africa are unregistered.
yes.
I run a small shop. It's going to be me and my friends. They buy from me. I don't have any documentation. I don't have any licenses. I don't have anyway. The discussion we want to have now with governments in Africa is, number one, how do we help the informal businesses get formalized, get a license without having to go through a red tape, red tape, paper filings and so many paperworks just to get a simple e-commerce license, because all I have is a page anyway.
Yes.
All I want is a page. Let us have the page
Yeah.
and let the page be my business. That's my front, that's my shop front.
Okay.
That's something.
So the
I
first
think
one is some sort of e-registration.
yes,
How do you help businesses?
that's something we're trying to work
as an
around.
e-commerce
Yes,
license,
that's
some
something.
sort?
Yes, some sort of e-commerce. That's a discussion we need to have, and we're trying to have.
Yes.
Secondly, you're looking at the second most important part would be
Taxation.
Taxation.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, we don't like to pay taxes. I don't blame anyone for running away from the tax man, but
Yes.
I think that is also something to do with what you discussed
Yes. Last week.
Yes.
Yes.
When I feel my government is not justifying where these taxes go,
Yes. Why do I need to pay?
why do I need to pay?
Yes.
So we tend to run away from taxes.
Yeah.
But maybe it's a kind of mindset
Yes.
that we need to change.
Yes.
If the taxes are not going to be paid by you but by your client, then why do you mind about the taxes? You have a way to pass it on.
Yes.
If you're selling this glass and you need to pay 18% VAT on it,
Yes.
tag it on the glass.
Yes.
yes, you could have made it. The challenge is we get greedy with time. And then even that 18%, I'm like, I'm the one who brought it in. Why do they take it? Can't I take it myself?
Yes.
And I think that's
so that means we need to have spaces, people who are really creating digital businesses in Africa. They need to look at how to integrate also tax component
ideally
in these businesses.
Or else governments won't accept you anyway.
Yes, so that they don't find a lot of challenges in terms of rolling out these businesses. The same with the e-registration, as we said. So it means we need always to have those dialogues in how can governments create e-licenses that can help. If I'm selling, like you said, 5 glasses on Facebook, why do I need to go and pay a license of
$100 or $200
or $500 for that?
$500,
So I think that's very. I think that's a very good one. Then what would be the next one?
The last one would be creation of jobs. I think it's very important that we use the digital space to create jobs. Whatever amount of jobs, it might be a job for just me who started up my page. It might be. I think these are the key factors that whatever we're producing needs to. Whatever we are producing on the digital space needs to address. Create jobs, create small jobs, create mid-income jobs, create, as you grow, top jobs. But that starts by you using the space to using that digital space to actually earn a living from it. Not having it as an expense.
As an expense and a spending outlet for you.
When you come to Africa and ask a gentleman, anyone, and said, open a website, what's the first thing you think when I tell you open a website?
I think the first thing is why? Why do I need a website?
Exactly.
Yes. I think that's very, very key. Why do I need a website? My people that I sell things to, they know where I am. Why do I need to create a website?
Because for them it's just an expense. And every time you even tell them, okay, and then the next thing, if someone came to you and said, create for me a website, most times you tell them, how is this website going to make money for you? And you tell, nah, I just want the information to be there. You never know, someday some foreigners will come and they'll see my website from America and they'll, send me a message and give me some funds to run my business. So we have looked at it for so long as just an expense and not actually as an opportunity to actually monetize. So I think that's
monetization is key. Monetization is key. That's very important. It's something I think us and also AltQ, we've had a lot of conversation over this. How can we help a lot of people be able to move their businesses digitally, but in a more monetizable way? But because we have a skills gap, you want to make sure that you give them the ability to do things, do them well, but at the same time make sure that they can earn out of it. And like you say, the challenge of unemployment, it's something very, very huge. And when you look at unemployment, let's say from Uganda, it's quite very, very huge. You have a huge population of young people. They don't have jobs, but away from jobs, they don't even have the skills that they need, even if the jobs were available for them. So you need, I think, to open up digital spaces that can give them quick learning that is basic, but then be able to create, to monetize whatever skill that they have and gifts. And I think there's also the bit of gifts and making sure that we can help a lot of guys do that. So basically this has been great. I think we've had a simple conversation. I'm very sure moving on we'll be able to make these conversations grow as we move with time. But basically now we are touching on a few things that we feel are very important. My name is Aziz. Thank you for being part of our show.
Always a pleasure.
Yes.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
See you next time.